airstrike targeted Iran-backed groups in Syria and Iraq. Iran's supreme leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei has made his first. They're turning up the heat. Let me break down what's happening, why it matters, and what might come next. On February 2, 2024, the U.S. launched a series of airstrikes by Iran-backed militias. According to U.S. officials, these strikes were in direct response to a drone attack on January 28 that killed 3 American soldiers in Jordan. The Pentagon made it clear the mission was to degrade the capabilities of these militias, not to start a new conflict. But Iran is now signaling it's not backing down. In a public address, Khamenei warned that if he were to attack more U.S. bases in the region. His words were strong and pointed. If the Islamic Republic decides to respond, it will do so with full force. It was more than just rhetoric. It was a direct warning to Washington, and a message to his own country that Iran won't stand by quietly. From Iran's perspective, the U.S. strikes are acts of aggression. The U.S. of crossing a line and made it clear that consequences would follow if attacks continue. This kind of language isn't just for show, it's a signal to both Iranians and the world that Iran is ready to flex its military muscle. On the ground, the situation is tense. Iran-backed groups in Iraq and Syria are upping their threats against U.S. forces. The U.S. has thousands of troops stationed throughout the region, supporting anti-ISIS to keep things stable. But every new threat or attack raises the risk of a wider conflict, one that could draw in even more players and destabilize the region further. Internationally, the response has been cautious. The U.S. is calling for de-escalation, but is firm about defending its personnel. Meanwhile, other countries in the Middle East are voicing concern, worried that the situation could spiral out of control. This latest round of violence is the most serious since the Israel-Hamas war kicked off back in October 20. The drone attack in Jordan was the first deadly strike on U.S. troops in the region since then, and the U.S. response has only ratcheted up the tension. So, what's next? Both sides are speaking in ultimatums, and the risk of military confrontation remains high. For now, the world is watching, and hoping cooler heads will prevail before things get even worse.